This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 60. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 60. I am Pint Size Geisha, and I have Black Label.
Hello.
And Azalee.
Hello.
And today is...
We're going to talk about the Stop Killing Games initiative.
Stop Killing Games.
When publishers pull the plug on your progress. And and stuff like that. But anyways, how's everybody's day going on an hour before this?
Fine.
It was cool.
Hot.
Good. Hot.
Yeah, it's toasty.
Played some board
Toasty.
games.
We did.
Geisha says she likes Catan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's pretty interesting.
It's great, dude. You gotta play it.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
She was the queen of ore. She was
What's the
freaking monopolizing it.
What's the most important thing on there now? Or
It just depends on what you're feeling.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's no real like resource that's more important than the other because you need all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Coda moved all my numbers to tens. And
that
the very
bad?
next roll I got were tens.
Dude, it was amazing.
Is that bad or good?
It was awesome.
Oh, so she like tried to make it harder for you?
No, she tried to like cause chaos, but then she rolled a 10.
Which is good?
Which was awesome for her because she had settlements and cities on 3 10s, so she got 3 resources. It's awesome.
It was pretty cool.
It was a lot
Did
of ore.
you guys go crazy when it happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like, roll a 10, roll a 10. She rolled a 10. We were like, rah!
All right. The game just looks hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are big thinkers. Okay, so let's get into it. So we're going to talk about Death of the Crew. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of the game called The Crew by Ubisoft. But people bought this game, right? So imagine logging into a game you paid for, only seeing a message saying this title no longer is available. No servers, no access, just gone. So what just happened was Ubisoft, they had a game called The Crew, a racing game, which was released in 2014. It was beloved by a lot of fans, actually. And then in the early 2024, Ubisoft delisted this game from stores and followed up by making it completely unplayable, even for those who owned it. This wasn't just a shutdown. They basically erased your progress. They erased the whole game. It was gone. So this marked one of the most loudest alarms for the gaming community. The Crew wasn't a subscription service or a free-to-play experiment. People spent real money on a standard edition, DLC, even collector's versions or collector editions to it. But since the game relied on an always online DRM, which is a digital rights management, Ubisoft flipped the switch and turned it off, basically, which is fucked up because you bought the game. Like, you don't see anything happening. Like, let's say you bought Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy 9, you know, and it's just, oh, you can't play no more because we're no longer servicing the server or whatever, which is fucked up.
Yeah, that's a lot of time and money that like they weren't even gonna tell people, right, until they logged on.
Yeah, it was 10 years of just progress for some people who actually enjoyed the game. And a lot of people liked the game because I guess it was basically an exact replica of the United States. It was like a lot of detail put into the game.
Why would a company just shut it down instead of just keeping it on?
That's the real question. It's because they didn't want to pay for the services. Because, you know, a lot of games nowadays are, I don't know how to explain it. They're online serviced now. And so they didn't want to keep the servers going for that game.
Were they not, wasn't like...
It's probably just because it wasn't making money for them.
Yeah, so it's not like monetized or
Yeah.
anything. So it's just like buy now and then it's yours forever.
So this incident ignited a long simmering debate, basically saying, hey, do we truly own our games anymore? Or are we just basically leasing these games until the publishers are like, we're not doing this anymore.
Well, it's just like what Nintendo's doing right now.
Is it?
Yeah, so you're just buying a license to the game. You're not buying the game anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're charging $80?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Ubisoft basically drew criticism not just from players but for preservationists, I can't even say that word, and archivists who argued that this sets a dangerous precedent, and for many the crew became a symbol of something bigger, a digital age of betrayal. Have you guys ever had a game you love disappear or unplayable, and how did it feel?
Anthem. It didn't disappear. It's just I can't really play it because nobody else plays it.
I've never had a game that I enjoyed disappear, but if it happened, that would suck.
How about you, Geisha? Nothing?
No, I didn't enjoy Anthem, so.
It doesn't have to be Anthem.
I'm just saying
She's just letting you know.
that's the only game that kind of went bye-bye, but I didn't enjoy it. So.
Do you think publishers should be legally required to preserve or offer offline modes for games like this?
I think if you're going to pay money for it, then you should.
That's what I'm saying.
Or at least give people a refund.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying for a game, like, and it's online, you should be able to like preserve it and create an offline only mode for it.
Yeah, why can't they just make an offline mode? Why does I don't like when games need to be online. Like I don't hate it, but I also I don't understand why we can't just have it in an offline mode.
Yeah.
I don't know if it costs more, it's more work, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they constantly want to update it. I don't know. I don't understand the gist of that.
Well, you have to think like battle royales, right? They're all online and they all need their online server, but they're free to play.
Yeah.
If you choose to spend money in that game, then that's your prerogative, which I think is fine because it's free to play.
Exactly.
You're playing it for free. You spend money on skins, but in a game like this game, you bought it.
Yeah.
You should be able to continuously play it years later, whether the server shut down or not.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think that's like a big thing right now, like how you explained it, free to play and that. So digital licensing, you bought it, but you don't really own it. So let's break it down. Because of the game, just because it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not really a horror story here. It's just like the game shutting down. It's what's allowing them to happen. So basically what it is, it's a digital licenses or licensing, the invisible fine print that most players ignore until it's too late. So when you buy a game digitally, whether it's on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Epic, Nintendo, you're not really buying the game, the physical game. You're purchasing a license to access it, which the company can revoke, change, or invalidate at any time. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's buried in every terms of its services now. This licensing model gives companies full control over whether a game continues to exist in your library, or it just gives them legal grounds to remove it whenever they want, revoke access, shut down the servers. I believe a couple games, there was a big thing about Blizzard and what World of Warcraft, it's like that too. There's games like Forza Horizon 3, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, PI Vanish, even after purchasing it. Players don't often realize this until they lose access because digital storefronts rarely make shutdowns front and center. It's not ownership. It's an illusion of ownership, basically, since it's the licensing, not the game. Do you guys think physical copies will make a comeback as a result of this, or do you think that it's already past the point of no return?
I think it's past the point of no return. If you look, like PlayStation 5 doesn't even have a disc reader anymore. There's two separate models. One with a disc reader. Yeah,
Don't yours have?
PlayStation. Yeah, mine has a disc reader
You
for
have to
this
buy the
exact purpose,
different-
but you have to buy the different consoles. I think the one with the disc reader was actually more expensive than the one without one because you can just buy games from.
Oh yeah, I never
From
realized
the
that. My Xbox
thing.
doesn't have a digital, or it doesn't have a CD drive.
Yeah, it doesn't have a disc reader.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I did
But
not
I don't
notice
think a disc would change that. I think just like companies are moving towards that direction.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like PlayStation 5 doesn't even build PlayStations anymore that, or Xbox, they don't have a disc reader anymore. Everything's just going to be streamed and online. So that's why I think it's past a point of no return because it's just the way
It's just more
it's
convenient
moving.
for people too. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So.
What do you guys think should be the fine line between licensing and ownership in modern gaming?
That's tricky. Because it's like, I could say I bought the game, so I deserve to have the rights to the game, to whatever I play, but also I don't own the game, technically, because I don't own the server, right? I just own the work I've put into the game.
It's almost like you need to be aware of what game you want to purchase. Because, like, you can probably play Witcher or Fable nonstop over and over. Because it's just...
Those games are never going to go away, though.
Yeah,
they're so popular.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to go away. But they're also not like an online service type game, too.
Right. But if you look at it like, okay, big companies know that they're making this game for other people to play it, right? You go to the store, you buy a book. Does that book, that you buy that book, that's your book. It doesn't mean you own the story. It doesn't mean you own the concept. You can't turn around and be like, oh, I wrote this book. Same thing for like video games. You know, if I spend money on this game, that physical or digital copy should now be mine. I own this game. Do I own the rights for it? Can I turn around and sell it? Can I turn around and say, oh, I made it? No. And I think it's just like...
But do you think that, like, let's say, if you buy this book, do you think it's fair for them to say, oh, well, we're no longer letting people read this book anymore?
No. I think, like, if your video game runs on an online server or some sort of cloud base that could potentially have the power to shut down, it should be free to play. Oh, and you should be able to choose whether you want to spend money in this game or not, knowing full well that if it shuts down, you may never get your money back. But if it's a game that can be run offline and can be story-based or a physical copy, then yes, you can charge money for it.
Yeah.
That's what I think it should be.
Is that one game you were playing the other day, is that free to play?
Which one?
I don't know, it had the fists and you were like slicing like claws. I don't remember what it was called.
Fists and slicing claws?
Yeah, Vic was like, we were talking about how it looks like Wolverine. And then you stopped playing it and you were going to play We Were Here, but Geisha didn't want to play.
Oh, Secret World Legends?
Yeah, is that free to play?
It's free to play.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, just make it free to play.
So it used to be the original game was called Secret Worlds, and then it like died out, but it was like a really good game. And then they rebooted it to Secret World Legends, but it's free to play. But apparently it's really hard to progress without like monetization, without purchasing levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They should just make things free and monetize.
That's what I'm saying.
Level gaining.
That's actually a good point. Like if you're gonna complain about games not making you money, just make it free to play, and I'm sure people are gonna buy skins and stuff. You just make good stuff. Look at Apex. Like people are buying money. Although Diablo, you have to purchase the game, but they also monetize stuff. I don't know. It's just a weird.
Yeah, like Apex and I don't know about Fortnite, but look how big they came. They're free to play games and they have esports competitions for them now.
And I'm pretty sure they make so much money off of like shops, the store.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
They probably make a ton of money.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this guy called Pirate Software. He's a streamer. Apparently, he's a game developer. He always talks about how he worked for Blizzard and all this stuff, which there's been a big thing about him right now, how a lot of his coding, a lot of real game developers are starting to look at his coding and they're like questioning his actual integrity or like his like they talk about how his coding is awful and it's horrible looking, and whether you're working on this code or not, you should always make your code look good so it looks like he has bad habits, which they in turn say like he's probably never coded a video game before. And he's very, you watch videos of this guy, he never admits he's wrong, and he's always constantly condescending and switching the like if somebody asks a question, he always switches the question to where he doesn't have to ask the original question and makes the people feel stupid. I don't know, but there's like a lot of stuff going on. So it's not just publishers getting backlash. So indie devs are under the spotlight too. And one misstep lit a firestorm earlier this year because the Stop Killing Games initiative basically ended, I think, this month. And it started last year. So earlier this year, Pirate Software's Jason Thor Hall posted a viral hot take on essentially saying you don't own your games, you license them. That's just how it works. But it went into a lot more in depth if you watch his videos and stuff, and then people react to his videos and talk about it. But while technically he's correct, it came off very cold shrug to an emotional, raw community. Gamers weren't just mourning lost content. They were angry, betrayed, and frustrated. Hall's comments, delivered bluntly without much empathy, and sparked a tidal wave of criticism. And it basically, when he said this, it was like, as I said a year ago, it kind of ruined the Stop Killing Games initiative. They kind of like dropped for signatures and stuff like that. But recently, the past 2 months, it's beginning more upkeep, and I think they actually hit their 1 million signatures they needed.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, they have a long road ahead of them because it's through like the UE or UK or EU stuff like that. Major YouTubers like Moist Critical, who's Charles White, he clapped back, and a lot of other people like Asmongold, Skill Up, and Legacy Killa, they joined the conversation, basically debating it. Like, it became less about licensing legality and more about developer responsibility and gamer loyalty and public trust, like basically consumer rights. If you buy a game, it should be yours. For a dev who once prided himself on connecting with the community, Hall's response felt like a misfire, and it revealed the growing tension between gamers demanding respect for their time and money and an industry who basically doesn't care and has a lot of safety nets for them. So given what I just told you guys, because you obviously don't know who this person is, do you think it's wrong for him to say it's not ours, or is it just wrong how he said it?
How he said it, well, I would say it's wrong how he said it, because you can like say, like, it's a fact, right? Like, you don't own it technically, but like you can soften the blow. You don't gotta be so harsh about it. Like, people are upset. People spend hundreds of thousands of hours on games. Like, of course they're gonna be upset. They should be upset.
Yeah.
What the heck? Let them be upset.
Yeah. What about you, Beb? Samesies?
Yeah.
Like,
imagine if all your guys' work on Apex just went away. You'd be mad.
I mean, it's eventually going to happen. Game's slowly dying. Should developers publicly speak out against game shutdowns, or is that too risky for the game developers? Because it's not the game developers. It's like the companies that own it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the company. I think they should be open and transparent with it. If a game is dying, say this game is dying, and we're going to shut down the servers.
Yeah, give people time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there should be a way, though, to make them offline playable. Like, I don't know how it works. I don't know how hard it would be. But, I mean, if people enjoy your game,
but if you have an online game that has to run off some sort of cloud program or some sort of service, there's no way to make it offline. Like Apex, you cannot run Apex offline.
No, not at all.
Fortnite, not at all.
Not at all.
So.
Yeah, those games are gonna, once they die, they're dead.
Yeah, once they're gone, right? Once people stop playing them, you're gonna have empty lobbies, and companies aren't gonna pay these third-party cloud management companies to run it.
Yeah, but as you said, they were free. Those are free to play.
Yeah, but those are free to play, right?
Opposed to the ones you buy.
Yeah, you kind of sign up for, hey, we might shut down.
So hashtag Stop Killing Games. The hashtag heard around the world, or basically the gaming industry. It started small with just a few frustrated posts on Reddit and I guess X, not Twitter. But then when Crew shut down, news hit, and Pirate Software's tone-deaf comments went viral. The internet exploded. The hashtag Stop Killing Games became a war cry. So hashtag Stop Killing Games tapped into a few years of silence, frustration. Players shared screenshots of game libraries filled with delisted or dead games that they can no longer play. People who spent hundreds on live services titles such as Battleborn, Marvel's Avengers, Lawbreakers suddenly found solidarity. The movement isn't just about anger, it's about digital grief. So for who people put in time, emotion, and like a lot of effort into these games, which, for instance, like I put like 3,000 hours in Destiny. I'm sure Geisha's put a crazy amount of hours in Bloodborne. So, like, if these games died and they're taken away for us and we can't play it again, obviously it's going to suck. Major content creators, game journalists, and preservation advocates amplified the call, saying that publishers need to stop treating games like disposable content, like how gamers used to play back in the day, like Super Nintendo, Sega, and stuff like that. Importantly, the hashtag also evolved into an educational tool, threads explaining what DRM is and the licensing that comes with it, and delisting spread like wildfire. People who questioned their digital ownership questioned about buying things from now, or like they started questioning or thinking twice before they bought a thing. Have you guys ever followed or participated in a hashtag movement?
Nope.
I've never have done that.
No, I didn't even know about this till you brought it up.
Yeah, like I know there's a lot of other, like, you know, hashtag this or hashtag whatever. Like, I never followed the movement type stuff like that. Do you guys think movements like Stop Killing Games can actually change how publishers operate?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
No.
hard because big companies are trying to make money.
Yep.
I feel like in a way though they should be able to. They're the ones creating the games, and then it's like, and they're starting to push more like money. Like they're asking for more money. Like games used to be like $40, and they're 50. Now they're 60, and now they're pushing for 80, and then 90. They're saying games are going to be $100 soon. It's ridiculous. Like you're going to take away my game that I bought for $100. It's kind of absurd.
Right.
Well, is this gonna change the type of games that people even buy?
So the whole initiative is supposed to keep, like, I'll talk about it in a few. So dead by download. So how delisted games disappear without a trace. So let's say you go back and you want to play an old game. Let's just say Bloodborne. Obviously, you can still play Bloodborne. But let's say you search the store and it's gone. No warning, no archive. It's just gone, and you can't play it. So delisting comes when companies remove games from digital storefronts, usually because of licensing expirations, expired music rights, or just poor sales. Because here's the catch: sometimes even people who bought the game still can't re-download it. An example is what is that one game? PT.
Yeah,
So PT. Yeah. So Hideo Kojima's terrifying Silent Hill teaser. So after Kojima canceled the game, they scrubbed it from PlayStation stores, and players who deleted it, yeah, too bad they can't re-download it. So that kind of eraser has turned digital storefronts into an unstable graveyard, basically.
Well, even people who still have it on their computer,
They
it
can't
won't
play
boot
it.
up.
Oh, really?
It crashes.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that. Why is that? Is it because it's like a services?
Maybe, I
It
don't
probably
know.
it has to be. It has to be run on some sort of service.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So there's no standard policy across platforms, no guarantee of notification, no preservation of framework. Just a decision from a publisher can wipe out a whole gaming history of whatever your collection may be. So what's a game that you guys would be shocked and devastated if it was delisted and gone for good?
I'd be heartbroken if Stardew went away.
Well, Stardew won't because you can play it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But, you never know.
Yeah.
Crazy things could happen.
Mine would be Baldur's Gate because I fucking put so many hours in that. bitch.
Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Bloodborne.
Bloodborne can
play
stand
it
alone.
offline, Yeah.
No, okay.
Bloodborne is a standalone
I don't
game.
play a lot of online games, so I'm not really invested.
Yeah, so the only real games that are in trouble for this are online games.
It seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Should gaming platforms be forced to maintain a preservation library or an archive for these type of games?
I don't think that's possible.
I think it's possible.
Well, you see, the gaming library like Steam, they don't own the game. They're not their publishers and stuff.
Yeah, no, but if
Right.
the publishers do it themselves, I think they could.
Right, yeah. If the publishers did it themselves, but you said the gaming library, so my mind went to like Steam.
No. Yeah, I got what you're saying. But I'm just saying, like, but yeah, I guess you're right. Like, if they don't own it, they can't be like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Steam just hosts the
Yeah.
library. If the publishers decide to pull the plug, then they pull the plug.
I think that's fucked up, though. Like, if... What was that? That was spooky.
It was outside.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. So live services lie. When support ends, so does the game. So live services games promise endless content, regular updates, and evolving experiences. But what happens when the support stops? For many games, the entire experience dies, and you're left holding a receipt for something that no longer exists. I mean, I could say Anthem, but you could still play Anthem, but that's like one of the games that come to mind for me. It's just
Yeah.
basically dead. They no longer update it. It's nothing.
Yeah, because you could buy Anthem on a disc.
And it's So let's talk about. There's a game called Knockout City. I believe it was a dodgeball game. I used to play it, and I played it with Vamp. But a lot of people, it was like a free to play game, and a lot of people put time and money in it. But there was like no longevity in it, and it was like shut down within a year or something, and it was just basically gone. So these type of games that are like niche projects, they were backed by like major projects like Square Enix or EA, but they just shut down. And people spent real money on these games, which sucks, like battle passes, stuff like that, skins, premium content.
Yummy.
What are you doing? You big baby.
So it just sucks. Like when you spend money on a game, you would hope that if they are going to shut it down, let you know, or like for instance, like Knockout City, like you should be able to play that game offline with like friends, like a split screen or something. I feel like, I don't know, it just ruins the trust between players and companies.
Would there be no way? I don't know games. I'm sorry, forgive me. But is there no way to port profiles from online games to non-online games?
Yeah, I don't know how IPs work. Like if it's because it's like an IP and it's like, oh, you don't own this IP, so you can't do that. I don't know how it works either, to be honest. I was watching what's his name? It's the person who started this whole thing. I think his name is Ross. Like if you watch his channel about it on like YouTube about Stop Killing Games, he explains it way more, but it's like pretty interesting. So the live service models is risky for both sides. Publishers gamble on engagement and players invest their time and wallets into it, but power imbalance is clear. Publishers can't quit the moment profit is gained, but once it is, they basically don't care about the players, and the player loses everything. So again, I guess in a way, are live services like live service games scams, or just a gamble, you think, when it comes to spending your own money?
It's a gamble. Because it could skyrocket, like BR games skyrocketed. Or it could be like the dodgeball game, where it's just like once the era of like sports games is gone, there's no audience for it, so there's no point to have it.
True.
I think you just need to be vigilant about what you are doing with your money and what type of games you're buying. I have not spent more than $100 on Apex. I have not.
What in your mind, babe, do you think makes a game worth it, like on a live service game, to spend money, and what makes it not worth it?
I think,
since you're very good at not spending money,
I think because I knew that when you buy a game from Steam or from a third-party library system, you don't own that game. You are in fact licensing that game, right? They can take it away whenever they want. So I already knew that, and because of that, I don't spend money on free-to-play online games. I will spend money on a disc game that I can physically hold in my hand, right? And that's what I prefer. I prefer like a physically in my hand disc.
Not have to worry about online stuff.
Exactly. And that's why I have a PlayStation that has a disc reader. I bought Elden Ring on a disc. You know, all the big games that I want to play, I buy it on a disc, because that way you can replay. It does have that replay ability, instead of just, oh, well, it's not doing well, we're going to shut down the servers, and that's it, bye. Because that one game that I wanted to play, Scavengers, it was from like an indie group in Washington. They shut down their servers after like 9 months.
Yeah, because you talked about that game.
Because I wanted to buy it, and I wanted to play it, but...
Why did it shut down? Do you know why?
Because it just didn't do well. So I think you just need to be vigilant about what you're doing.
Yeah, be smarter.
And know exactly, like, I think a lot of people don't know this, and I think a lot of people just buy willy-nilly, you know, and think, oh, it's so convenient, I can just download it and all this stuff. But again,
you got to think too, it's probably a lot of kids as well that just buy games.
Yeah, and a lot of older people, like their mom and dad, probably don't know this either.
Yeah.
To where if it's an online game and it doesn't do well, they can shut down the servers.
So gamers aren't quiet. So basically, when you mess with their memories or their money, the fallout from recent shutdowns didn't just spark the hashtags, it lit up the entire community. So Reddit threads turned into battlegrounds, Steam reviews were bombarded, and developers, some listened, but most didn't. Let's take Ubisoft's attempt to shut down The Crew. Players couldn't even access a single player mode. The response was, Steam bombed, YouTube exposes, legal threats. Like these are all from the people going towards, Ubisoft. Gamers pointed out they paid for this. They weren't borrowing it. In 2023, EA tried sunsetting Mirror's Edge Catalyst, another classic title. The backlash was so intense they reversed course within 24 hours. But this isn't just about anger. It's about accountability. Communities are demanding transparency. So why is the game being shut down? Couldn't servers be open sourced? Why is there no warning system or compensation for you shutting down this game and basically taking hundreds of thousands of dollars for some people? This isn't just entitlement, it's consumer advocacy in real time. For once, the mob might be right. Do you think this kind of fan outrage actually works, or is it just adds to internet noise?
I wish that it worked, but in reality, it's probably just internet noise.
I guess I think, like you said, it could be internet noise, but it could probably work as well. Like the whole thing with Borderlands 4, the guy was like saying, "Oh, this game's gonna be $80," and he made like this stupid ass comment talking about like, "I worked blah blah blah, and I made this amount of money, and this time, if you're a real fan, you'll spend that money." But then they dropped it down to $70. I mean, it's only $10, but they still dropped it down after people were commenting and negative reviewing this guy and saying they're going to boycott it. I mean, in a way, I think it might actually work, but like you said, it could be just internet noise. It just depends on who's actually listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You need the gaming community to unite.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about paying people for what they're worth. So, like, devs deserve the money that they're getting because they're putting so much time and work and effort into games. But companies also, like, you're already $1 billion company. You don't need $10 extra from hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. That's what I don't understand.
Chill out, dude.
Like EA is like the monetization demon.
And like, cause to us it's like, okay, well they're like, well, we need to pay people for what they're worth. Yeah, you do. But if you're charging more, you're just accumulating more money, and you're going to like, the economy is already shit. Like you're not helping it.
Yeah.
Like you're probably paying your developers the same amount of money as every other company. You're just charging your customers more.
And your CEOs who don't even do anything probably are getting crazy money.
Yeah, so like we just need the gaming community to unite on this and like refuse to buy anything over $80. Maybe even over $70.
For real though. That's
just don't buy
it. It's expensive. It's
Stop. Consumerism needs to stop.
Like the amount of money it takes to get a bag of groceries. What was it? We spent like $100 on a bag of groceries or 2 bags. It's insane.
Yeah,
and now
we need to stop.
And you're taking away like hobbies of mine now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Like you can only have one, okay?
Yeah.
You can't have both.
How should developers handle communication in sunsetting games to avoid backlash? Basically, do what you said.
Be reasonable.
Huh? Yeah. Do what you.
Charge us a
Have
reasonable
ethics.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah, ethics, exactly.
Where's your ethics department? What are they doing? What are you paying those people?
They probably don't have one.
Yeah, for real. What's going on with your PR?
Hire an ethics department.
Like your public relations team needs to step up.
Yeah.
Public relationship team just deals with bad publicity.
Oh, so they don't really.
They don't do anything with good or they try to promote good publicity, and handle bad publicity.
It just sounds weird when you say it so often.
Because you say publicity.
Publicity.
Yeah,
They have nothing to do with
stupid.
ethics.
Yeah, idiots.
Get some ethics.
So,
guys.
you bought it, but do you really own it?
Nope.
When you buy a physical game, it's yours, scratch disc and all. But digital games, you're not buying the game, you're buying permission to access it. As Geisha said, buy a physical game that you can actually play.
Yep.
And the permission can vanish in the sense of like buying a digital game. Most digital purchases are governed by license agreements, buried in fine print. They say things like access may be revoked at any time or subject to removal without notice. It says this in the World of Warcraft thing too, which is crazy to me how it says that. And Blizzard is fucking huge, and so many people play that, and they're like, "Oh, we can shut this shit down whenever you want."
Blizzard's one of those companies
They
where
are.
they don't got no ethics department.
They are. So, yeah, basically, even if you paid full price, you don't own shit.
Nope.
This comes to shock to many people who don't really understand or read anything. People assume that if the game is in their library, it's safe and they own it But if you back it up offline or pirate it, you're at mercy to corporate servers. Like basically, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not just games. Streaming movies and music have all, like similar issues, but the difference is you could find old records in DVDs. With games, they basically are gone.
Yeah.
The illusion of ownership is one of the most frustrating revelations for modern gamers, and it's pushing more players to support emulators and DRM-free platforms and even pirate these games. Not just to be assholes and be like, oh, I'm gonna be a thief, but it's like out of desperation. Like, why am I gonna spend this amount of money for you to just take it away from me?
Yeah.
Do you think? What's up?
Do you think? I'm not sure if all indie developers are like great. I just know a few that are great. But do you think this would push people more towards indie developers? Because like I don't know how many indie developers just shut down their servers besides the one that you talked about. But
I don't think I touch on that, but I know they talked about how what can indie developers do for this, and like the pirate software guy made a huge deal about it too, and they talked about it. But I don't think it would affect indie developers as much because they're a small company and they're like,
because all of their stuff would be digital.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Right.
asking that
True.
question. I
Okay.
guess is because like all you can't buy. I can't buy a hard copy of. Can I? I don't think so.
no, I don't think you can.
I can't buy a hard copy of Stardew.
I do know that they talked about this too.
I think you can.
Can you?
I think Stardew's on Switch.
Is it
I think
like
so.
disc? I gotta Google.
I think you can actually. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And let me check that too real quick.
Yeah, but I feel like indie developers have the same
Oh,
situation.
You can buy Stardew on Switch.
Yeah, you can.
Fascinating. Well, I guess Stardew's a bad example because that guy is like amazing.
Right. But indie
Concerned he was
developers
great.
have, for me, for my own personal opinion, I feel like an indie developer, you're taking more of a risk of it getting taken away. Because if they don't do well, they don't have the money to keep it running for the fan base that they do have. Like they may have like analytically be like, we need 500 people playing this game minimum every month to keep it going.
Well, I guess it would.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess would it depend on if it was like online or if it's
Yeah,
just
it would.
solo?
It would depend. Like online wise, then
I don't know
think,
any indie games that are online. Do you? What's one off the top of your head?
I think Phil's the Mystria. It's not on Switch. It's only on Steam. It's only on PC.
Love that game.
Yeah.
Oh no, Graveyard Keeper's on Switch, right?
No, I think Graveyard Keeper as well.
How are you playing that on Switch then?
I'm not playing. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Graveyard Keeper. No, I bought it from Switch's.
Oh,
Their
online
little
thingies.
Oh, it's not
online
like a physical
store.
copy.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know if there's a physical copy. I know there's a physical copy of Stardew Valley,
Yeah.
so you know you can buy Stardew and play it forever because it's a physical edition. But like I said, there was that one developer that closed their servers after less than a year. So I feel like smaller indie companies have a more risk of closing down their servers faster than giving it time to kind of play out, see if it gets more people, bring in more profit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If
I
that
just
makes
know
sense.
I've never been burned by an indie developer. You have, so you have bad.
Yeah.
A bad idea.
Yeah, it's interesting because I just Googled indie and then Stop Killing Games, and everybody's talking about how Pirate Software is a fucking idiot and he has no idea what he's talking about. And then a lot of people are talking about in theory it's good, but if you're a small indie studio, they talk about how designing back-end systems for the game and stuff like that, it might be easier for them. I don't know. It's interesting.
Fascinating.
You would have to actually go into it and read into it. But it seems interesting. There's a lot to be told and to read into this whole Stop Killing Games initiative. Let's talk about how games we can't let die and why preservation kind of matters. I mean, I feel like in history, since I've been alive, the techno boom has been huge. From like regular Nintendo to Sega, PlayStation 64, Xbox, like the amount, and even phones. Like I had a Nokia and like just everything in our era has constantly just been evolving, and I do think preservation kind of matters. So behind every delisted game is a story of a developer's dream or a community's favorite memory or a unique experience that somebody screenshotted along their way or had a YouTube video about or talked to their family about. So this is why preservation isn't just a concern, it's a kind of a cultural issue. Video games are an art, but unlike paintings or books, most games are tied into hardware and licenses and online functionality that makes preserving them a nightmare. Video games like Nobi Boy, Demon Souls, City of Heroes are gone in their original form. Mods and private services try to recreate these games in their servers, but it's never the same. Entire genres like PS2 horror and Xbox Live Arcade are fading out of reach. Like, you know, the games you used to be able to buy, like greatest hits and stuff like that. It's not about like a nostalgia. It's about the history. Future game devs and should only be able to, or it should be able to study the old code of how they made these games, and future players should be able to experience these titles, not just read about them. It's not just on the fans. Publishers and devs and platform holders have a responsibility to protect the art to help recreate these or create better things in the future. In a way, I think we're watching our culture with some games disappear. What games do you feel deserve to be preserved no matter what?
Repeat that? I got distracted.
What games do you feel deserve to be preserved no matter what? Bloodborne.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think
Bloodborne has been for over 10 years.
Expedition 33 is really good.
Yes,
That
it
should
is.
be preserved.
Game of the year.
I think any game that people love should be preserved. I love The Reckoning and Stardew. Those should hopefully never disappear.
That's true. Reckoning, I don't think will, because you could play that offline.
Yeah, I know. I'm so happy forever.
What about you, babe?
I don't know.
Bloodborne, you could play offline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't play online games, so I don't have an input really.
I do think that Titanfall should be preserved, because that's like the base of Apex. Titanfall is a really good game when it first came out.
Is there a story mode to it?
Yeah, but it's also an online thing.
Yeah.
But
if there's story, then
it was a good game.
Hopefully it can be saved.
Yeah. Should game preservation be handled by fans, by the government, or by the companies themselves? It's scary when the government's involved. I don't know.
I don't think the government would have any say in any type of video
I feel
stuff.
like government's already involved in video games.
In which way? The rating system isn't by the government. It's by a third party organization.
Like the whole EU Stop Killing Games, they talk about how like EA, Ubisoft, and all that stuff, they go through like government to like be able to charge or whatever, do whatever they want with games, like licensing
laws?
stuff like that.
Right, because that's everyone has licensing, right? And like you said, movies, music, and all that stuff. But I'm saying, like, the government will never step in and be like, oh, okay, big developers, you guys need to make it to where they are actually owning it, and you cannot take it away.
You think that?
That's what I don't think
it would ever be in the favor of the people.
Oh, you don't think that they will ever do
No,
that?
they will. The government won't step in.
I don't think they give a shit.
Exactly,
As long
that's
as
what
they're
I'm saying.
making money, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think if a developer can't handle it anymore, where they think that it's not making them money, there should be a way that some kind of developer team can purchase it so they can keep it going. Because then maybe it can, through passing hands, it can somehow turn monetized, so maybe somebody can make a profit from it. I don't know.
But at the same time, they just keep it and lock it away forever, like Bloodborne. They will never do anything with it. Because Sony owns everything Bloodborne, not From Software.
Yeah. Oh, that's
but they're
crazy.
going to always make money off of it, whether
That's
it's
true.
merch or just people continuously buying it.
That's true.
Because it's getting so much, like, they're still making money from it, regardless of whether there's no online play. But, like, games where they're like, all right, this is too much money for us to not make enough money. Just, like, maybe be able to pass it off.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, because then they wouldn't want other people to make money. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's hard to say.
Have you guys, let's say this isn't like a game that just stopped working, but like a save game or something. Have you ever lost a game or a character that genuinely impacted you emotionally? I'm gonna say the Kingdom of Amular. My save being deleted, and I never touched the game since then.
Yeah, when saves get deleted, that's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Or like when games autosave and you can't go back to a previous save.
Mm-hmm.
All the 30 wipes in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like there's just like so much stuff.
You could think of memory cards, like PlayStation memory cards. Like, remember when they were corrupted and you couldn't play them anymore?
Or when you don't have a memory card and you have to leave it running 24/7.
There was like this game. There was a game called WildStar, and I thought that game was so crazy awesome, and then it just died. It was like a online MMO thing, but it just disappeared, and I was like, damn, that sucks, because I really want to get into that. Should companies be offering closure, like a farewell event, or save exports before pulling a game?
Save exports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think save
Save
exports would
'em.
be great.
Even if I can't play the game, I can look at how cool my character is.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Or like a data sheet. You played for this.
Oh,
This
that'd
is
be
what your
sick.
character looked like. This
Like
is what your stats were.
I need to be
Like
able to
the-
print it out and have a plaque.
Yeah.
Like the end of Twitch year thing where it talks about how much you stream and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Like here was your specs, layouts, best moments, how many times you died.
Oh yeah, I would like
They
that.
just make a little clip for you.
Yeah.
And then print it out, put it in a frame. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the pirate software guy again. So
Sorry if you guys like him. There's just big controversy right now.
And it's like I'm not gonna say he's an idiot or he's wrong or he's stupid, but a lot of his takes are very hard to swallow or hard to actually agree with. It's based on the evidence against him and the shit that he's doing. So people that are sticking up for him, it's like, how do you argue that with all this evidence and all these other game devs talking about all this shit? So it started with one tweet. Pirate Software, a popular indie developer, he's trying to make this game, which is supposedly supposed to be like Undertale, which isn't going to be. I don't know. He's still working on that shit. He chimed in on games shutdowns, saying essentially games are products, not promises, and the internet lost it. The now infamous tweet downplayed gamer frustration, suggesting players had no right to be mad when games got pulled. It came off as callous, and the gaming community snapped back really hard at him. Critics pointed out that comment ignored the emotional, financial, and community stakes involved. Players blasted Pirate Software for missing the whole point. This isn't about wanting more content. It's about being robbed of what you already paid for. The backlash snowballed. Memes flooded in. YouTube takedowns dropped by the hour, which people are still doing now. People started posting games that had disappeared from their libraries. In a weird way, the bad take may have done more good than harm because it forced an issue into the spotlight. Suddenly, everyone was talking about the whole stop killing the games, about game preservation, ownership rights, and the shady fine print of digital storefronts. Do you guys think that bad takes can be good in a way, such as this, for the publicity?
Yeah, you just said it.
I did just say it.
Yep.
I also think people need to realize that Pirate Software is coming from a developer point of view.
And also,
Like
Pirate Software's a nepo baby.
His dad worked for Blizzard for like 40 years or something, right?
He was a big guy. He wasn't just some small.
He did WoW, right?
He was like the visual movie guy for like 12 years in WoW. Like when WoW was good, too. Like his dad wasn't a small guy. His dad was a big guy.
But he's saying all of this, like, he's telling it to you in a blunt way because he's a developer. So he's like, I have the rights to my game, and I could fuck you all over at any moment.
Yeah.
That's kind of his point of view. It's not. He's not just coming from a player
like
point of view.
a player point of view. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you can say like he's harsh and stuff, but that's just like his mindset now. So because he's made all the money he needs from this kind of niche stuff, you know.
A lot of people are actually asking for refunds for the game that they pre-ordered on Steam for his game because it's not even out yet. He's just constantly developing it.
Yeah, so you just gotta think about it. Like he
just doesn't care.
Yeah, he's just gonna talk to you from the point of view of someone making the money. Like he's spending all his time making this game, but he's gonna get more reward than you guys probably will be.
I mean, there's tons of actual evidence against this guy. I can't think of their names. I'll link them in like the description of stuff like people have against him. But some of the shit that he says, man, everything he says, there's always an actual good like argument against him with evidence. So it's like this guy's kind of cooked.
Yeah, just look at what you're buying before you buy it.
Yeah.
Research.
Yep. You guys know who Moist Critical is?
Yeah.
Charlie White. Mm-hmm. So, Pirate Software, he had this whole thing happening. He sparked it all. Moist Critical basically poured gasoline on the fire when it happened. He called out the industry's shady tactics. He called out fucking Pirate Software. Even recently, he put out another video talking about he tried to reach out to Pirate Software and talk about like, hey, don't you think you worded this shit wrong and how you said it and all this stuff? Because everybody had like a good evidence or like they retorted to all the stuff he said and they proved him wrong, but he never accepted or said he was in the wrong. And he even reached out to him and he basically said, no, I don't want to talk to you. And I guess he just bans people and blocks people when they say stuff to him.
Yeah.
So Charlie talked about how game preservation, he was talking about it very passionately and relatable. He slammed industries for treating players like disposable wallets and warned that if this trend keeps growing, entire generations of games could vanish. He brought up how Ubisoft, Sony, and other people pulled games people had bought, and he wasn't alone. There was also like Asmongold, Jim Sterling, the Ackman. They all talked about how gamers aren't just consumers; they're investors in these games, and this matters in a way. Influencers with millions of subscribers, these guys are. They can shift how a public looks at your game. They can basically kill a game. Because we talked about this before, right, Ben? How we talked about how, like, if a big streamer, like, let's say Jacksepticeye plays a game, he says, this game's shit, it basically ruins the game, right?
Potentially.
Yeah.
I feel like people should base it off of their own interpretations.
But that's not how it is, though.
Yeah.
And so like influencers with millions of subscribers can shift a public's pressure, or basically shift the public's pressure. They can spotlight issues for fans and basically ruin something. So more importantly, they're given voices to a growing fear that digital gaming is built on sand and one day it could all wash away. Oh my God. Do you think creators like Moist Critical have a responsibility to speak up on these issues like this, especially when they're gamers themselves?
No.
You don't think they have a responsibility to?
I don't think it's their responsibility to. No. Do they choose to and they want to? Sure, yeah, go ahead. Is it their responsibility? No, I don't think it is. I think it's your own, maybe this is very harsh of me to say, but it is what it is. I think it's my own responsibility to understand and to know the terms and conditions and know that when I'm spending money on something that is online, that I am borrowing it, unfortunately, and it could be taken away. I don't think it's somebody else's responsibility to educate you. If they choose to do so, okay, great. But in the end, it's your responsibility as a player to know that when you buy online games from a library like Steam or whatever, and it is an online game, it's running from a server or from a cloud service, it dies, it might shut down.
But whether it's a cloud service game or not, if it has single player potential, I mean, they shouldn't just delete a game.
Right. I agree that also big developers should not be able to just shut down a game after consumers spend money on it. Yeah. I agree with that as well. But you asked me, I think it's their responsibility? Yeah. No, I don't think it is.
I mean, I feel like in a way, if you have millions of subscribers and an actual following, I think it should be in a way of you should speak up if you have something to say about it.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
Maybe.
But is it their responsibility? That's a lot of responsibility to put on one person.
I think it's a hard responsibility to put on.
No, I get what you're saying.
Because it could make or break someone's career. Like
exactly.
Like Pirate Software, he didn't have to speak about it.
Well, he was saying some stupid shit.
He didn't have to speak about it, but he chose to, and that's kind of tanking his viewers right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the end, what he was saying is true. Did he go about it completely wrong and unethically and not from a player perspective,
no. So the whole thing with him too is he read the whole initiative incorrectly, and he stuck by him reading it incorrectly as an idiot.
Right, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him saying, like, yes, you are borrowing a game. Technically, that's true.
I guess technically it's true.
Everything else after he did, I'm not considering, I'm not talking about, but he did in fact say the truth, but he might have delivered it completely wrong.
It is written in the licensing,
Yeah.
Plus, not a lot of big streamers or gamers will probably want to speak about it just because in case something like that happens, because
they don't want backlash.
Yeah, they want their career to stay their career.
Yeah.
I had like 3 more things to talk about, but it's a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna shut it down to one. Okay. We're just gonna talk about the future of gaming.
I still gotta show you guys my rock and my Pokemon collection.
Yes.
Do you have it up here?
No, I can go grab it while you
talk. Go ahead and grab it. So, babe, the future of gaming. Excuse me. How do we stop this from getting worse? So the industry won't fix itself. If we want change, we need to demand it in a way, right? Like they're not going to listen to you whether or not. So the shutdown of beloved games has sparked outrage, but it could also spark reform if we keep the pressure on. Gamers are speaking up, as again I spoke about hashtag stop killing games. It's trending. Review bombing, a lot of stuff, refunds, and community protests are happening not out of spite, but out of desperation. This is about protecting the art, the history, and investment. Some publishers are listening after the backlash with Ubisoft reverse course on pulling certain Assassin's Creed games. Sony decided not to shut down the PS3 store. Change is possible when fans get really angry and loud enough. So what now? We need standards, options to backup saves, policies to refund or convert purchases, public roadmaps for live service shutdown, so basically a time lapse of what they plan on doing, transparent licensing. As you said, we don't own them. We should have more transparency to these licenses. Legacy services, if they do plan on keeping the games, if they do plan shutting them down, we should have at least some sort of open source preservation to this game. This isn't just about fighting against progress. It's a fight to make sure progress doesn't get deleted. Everything that came from before it, basically. What would you want to see, at least from the bare minimum, to happen?
This is a hard question for me to answer because, again, I'm very logical.
You're so logical.
I'm so logical.
Well, it's good. It's good because you'll be more specific. I'll have Azaleed be the good guy.
Yeah,
and you'll be the logical, smart person.
In a perfect world, all of this would happen, right? You would be able to pay for a game and you own that game. Like I said, like you buy a book. Everyone knows you bought this book. You own this book. Do you own the original concept and the idea? No, you don't. But you own this book. So in a perfect world, you should be able to spend money on a game, even if it's a digital game, even if it runs on some sort of server. And then you continue to have this game forever. And if it shuts down, then like Az said, maybe they need to start having some sort of guidelines requirement, like you can't shut it down. As a big developer, maybe they need to start putting some sort of implement. If you make a game and it runs online and a server, you can never shut down the server because you are having consumers pay for it and they're paying for a part of it, which in turn you can never shut down this game. That would be in a perfect world, right?
I like that. Yeah, I would like that.
But the only way that's going to happen is if the government steps in, and the government will never step in.
Or,
in a perfect world,
if a company agrees to it.
A company will never. They won't.
I mean, it's not hard to keep a server up.
It could cost millions and millions of dollars to keep a server up
for a game, yeah.
For one game that only like 200 people play a month.
To be honest, this is just random. There was this game I played. You remember I used to go to that the gaming cafe? Yeah. And that was like when I was like 16.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
There was this game called Rosa Online, and I used to play it. I looked online, and it's still online. It's an old-ass game, but it's still playable. It's crazy.
What company is it owned by?
I think it's an Asian, like a Korean or Asian company, which is insane, though. I mean, it's still...
American companies are not so nice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's insane that game is old as fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's funny to think that some big, like, AAA companies own so many game servers that they could just have the server running in the background and like not even notice it in their margins.
Yeah.
They just want to save like that
tiny
1% of money that they're spending on that server. So
which
it's
is
like,
it was just weird that I seen it and I was like, damn, this game is still up there.
We need to make the laws in EU better so that they can buy games in the US to run on servers over there, so then US can just play off of EU servers.
Yeah.
For real.
That's what we need.
Like, look at Apex. Apex shut down a bunch of their servers.
Oh yeah, they condensed
because
them.
they were dying.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So they shut down a bunch of servers.
The Tokyo Debunker app that I have, it condensed a lot of servers into one. So like a lot of EU servers are in like our American servers
like
are EU now.
Like Central or
Yeah.
Eastern or stuff like that.
Yeah, because a lot of these big gaming developers, even freaking Google and Amazon, they don't have just a building full of their own servers. They go through a third party, so they have to pay a third party to run their servers.
So like, you know how like no matter what it is, whether it's like in politics or some other shit, drugs, voting, anything like that, you know, when people stay focused or they like protest on stuff, it either helps out, it works out, or doesn't. In this case, do you think gamers should and will stay vocal, or do you think they should just let this move on and let history repeat itself as everything else does?
Stop buying into consumerism.
Yeah, I unfortunately think that the gaming community could be as loud as it wants to be, but the Senate and the government will never pay attention to it.
I mean, there's so much money in gaming.
And yeah, big companies are already making so much money. They just don't care about us.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the government's not making that much money off of these like video games. I don't know.
I mean,
do they? Maybe taxes?
They're probably in some I don't know. Somebody has to be involved in these things.
Yeah, I don't know if the government makes money off of big developers, but in the end of the day, I don't think the government will ever step in to change laws or have some sort of requirement that big developers have to continue to run a server.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I got. I mean, as I said before, the person that started this whole thing, his name is Ross Scott from Accursed Farms on YouTube. It's about the Stop Killing Games thing is a European citizens initiative calling for laws to mandate offline modes and archivable versions. Just to give you guys the TLDR, I don't know if you guys listened to the whole fucking thing. I don't know if you just ended off at the end, but if you're interested, there's tons of videos on the whole pirate software thing, Stop Killing Games thing. This is a crazy amount of things going on about it. I mean, it sucks. If you're really big into games and you grew up playing games, it kind of sucks when all this stuff starts happening.
I feel like if you're part of the gaming community, it might just be nice to brush up on it or to like look into it, because this could be the future for all countries eventually, and for all developers. Like they all might just start canceling servers that don't make them money anymore.
Yeah, and I definitely think that physical copies are going bye-bye as well.
Yeah.
I know there's a class action lawsuit in California talking about misrepresentation, about wrongful revocation of access. I don't know. Big thing. It's a whole big thing. But again, that's all I got. I mean,
now that we got the boarding stuff out of the way, let me show you my cool rock.
oh yeah, before I was about to say.
I found this rock. At my job, I was digging a grave.
She was digging a hole for a body.
Digging a hole for a marker. And I found this rock, and I thought it was so cool, and I took it to work, and I repolished it, and I think it's really cool. It's got like...
It's like orange.
I think this part is really
like
cool.
No,
yeah,
no, it has like orange.
It does. It has like an orange piece like right here, and it's super cool. And it's like light down here. You know, it's just super cool.
Rock collector.
Dude, I found this rock and I polished it myself. I'm so proud of it. It's super cool. And then you guys, I love Pokemon, and if any of you love Pokemon, you can talk about Pokemon. I'll answer you. But I went to a card convention or card show today, and I got some cards. I'm trying to start a cute Pokemon collection.
Yeah, she's kind of a nerd.
I got back into it because cards are really expensive now, so I gotta pick and choose what I want. I don't rip, so don't ask me about ripping packs.
What does that mean? Like opening?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. Packs are like $13 now.
That's expensive.
Yeah, and like ETBs and boxes are well over $100 depending on which one you want.
Oh my god.
But I want a Master Set 151, but it's so hard because all the cards are really expensive. But this is what I got.
It's fucking nerd.
Look at them. They're so cute. I got more. Don't worry, guys. I got you. Also, I collect more I'm trying to collect more Japanese because they're economically cheaper for me.
Economically. Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
But they're super cute. Oh, these cards are from Chilling Reign. I pulled them like way back long ago. But they're okay. They're just the cards that are more expensive that I had. And these are my other ones.
I need to add like a second
My
scene
Bulbasaurs.
so I could pull
This
up
is my
each
favorite
camera.
Bulbasaur. He's very handsome. Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon.
Is he really?
Yeah. It's my boy. Although, I am starting to like Duskull. Duskull is a close second. Tell me your favorite Pokemon, guys.
Oh my god.
Dragonite.
Dragonite?
Yeah.
It's a good solid one.
Yeah,
What's yours?
Probably Haunter. Haunter?
Haunter?
Yeah, Haunter.
Yeah.
Or that Gengar, Haunter,
Dude,
Ghastly, all three of
any
those.
nice Gengar card that you want, good luck getting it because they're expensive.
Yeah, Gengar is actually probably my favorite Pokemon.
They're all expensive.
Dragonite.
At least $100 or more, depending on the card. So.
Hey, fuck that.
Good luck.
Anyways, keep grinding those levels and finishing those side quests.
As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint Size Geisha, Black Label, and me, Azalee. Bye.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice. Gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azalee and Geisha chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides.